call from New York for Mr. Harris. Connect us. You think you can blackmail us, Toots? What? Blackmail? Well, sure, if that's what you're gonna call it. But since I'm the one who owns the manuscript, I think it'd be more appropriate to call it reimbursement. Or maybe compensation for the presumed widow of a talented writer. You could even print that on the dust jacket. Where's Harris? Listen here, lady. Nobody messes with Jerry Schaefer. Who the fuck is Jerry Schaefer? I hung up, but he'll call again. Make no mistake. People like Schaefer never miss an opportunity for profit, even if it means exchanging sweet pleasantry for threats. But that still leaves me with a problem. The safe combination. I searched the whole damn house for a clue, a note, anything. But it looks like old Walter, old fuddy-duddy Walter, who by supper would always have forgotten what he ate for breakfast, or sometimes mix up his left for right. That same lying bastard Walter only ever kept the combination in that good-for-nothing brain of his. I tried his birthday, our wedding anniversary, his mother's birthday, and even the date of his first publication. Nothing worked. You must have written the combination down somewhere, Walter. You're a writer. You wrote everything down. Okay, it's empty. Bookshelf. Crime and Punishment? Never heard of it. There's a key hidden in the book. I ought to open one of the doors in this house. No clue which one though. Maybe Walt's parents' bedroom? Where did you write this? Drawer. Nothing interesting here. Except for the Grain Koopa Cigar Club. I ain't never seen Walter smoke a cigar. There's an address to it. 11 Rainwood Street. Must be in the city. I could pay a visit when I get the time, of course. Bureau. Ticket stubs, scribbled papers, a lighter. Horse racing? Only Walter could find a racetrack out in the middle of nowhere. Oh, gambling addiction. The key from the book fits. Heavens to... What's that smell? I gotta open a window or something. Cage? Wardrobe? Old suitcase? Window? There's no window there. Cage? It's empty. Apparently, Walter's parrot kept a bird of some kind. Empty. The suitcase is bound tightly with twine. I can't break through it with my bare hands. Discharged man shoots parents. Guggenheim warehouse fire. Ransom paid, but child not found. Olsen family offer rewards. I remember this case. Someone kidnapped the daughter of some hoity-toity oil tycoon. Oh. Scissors, matches. Walter would smoke a pipe, but not cigars. Is it different? Pipe and cigar? With a scissor, right? Okay. A strange photograph. Look closer. Sure. There's a key here. It looks like the kind used to open a safety deposit box. But where? Somewhere in the city? What the hell, Walter? What else were you hiding from me? The day promised to be eventful, and not just because the secret of Walter's past. I still needed to open that goddamn safe, but I was plumb out of ideas. I considered throwing it out the window, but there was no way that thing was gonna budge. I won't get that check without the manuscript. Is there some way to just airmail the whole safe to Schaefer? I needed to come up with something, and fast, so I decided to head into the city. Ooh, hardware store, address from the matchbox, bus depot, matchbox, right? Ooh, cigar club, bartender. What can I get you? Sorry to bother you. I'm looking for the Kupa Club. Cigar Club. Is this the place? What? Can't you read? Look at the sign, lady. This is a bar. We don't sell cigar here, only drinks. So I suggest you either order one or take a hike. Cigarette vending machine? I quit smoking a long time ago. Things I've been regretting it more and more lately. Well, that bartender seems like a totally well-adjusted individual. I shouldn't bother him if I don't plan on ordering anything. This gentleman over here? Excuse me. Hmm? Don't suppose you know where I can find the Kupa Cigar Club? Cigar Club? Ah, you're looking at it, babe. But it was shut down a year, maybe 2 years ago. All's left of it now is this shithole. The bartender looks over displeased. What do you think you are, the Ritz or something? The bartender looks away, even more displeased. A year or two? Why is a pretty damn like you looking for a cigar club anyway? Here, why don't I buy you a drink instead? Thanks, but I am in a hurry. Of course you are. I don't understand. This ain't making any sense. Let me take another look at the matchbox. The address is right, but there's no way these matches are 2 years old. Hey, there's a phone number on the other side. Was this written with a ballpoint pen? Must be recent then. Who the hell did I... How the hell did I miss this? I could call the number, but what good will that do? If the club really did close a couple of years ago, maybe that loser got it wrong? I should find a phone. Maybe if I... Mind if I use your phone? The bartender sighed heavily. It's out back, by the John. Smells like piss in here. And Lord know what else. Payphone? Huh? It's you. I know who you are. You shouldn't have dialed this number. Who are you? Do I know you? What? We'll be seeing each other soon. The hell? So anyway, I can skip this. Ma'am, I already told you to open the safe, and I mean any safe, though I can't say for sure which one you have, an old one. Well, old or new, you'll need either a very good locksmith or a very good thief. Precisely. And I'm afraid I'm neither. All I sell is doorknobs and fasteners, ma'am. What a waste of time. Ah, is that it? If this key really belonged to the bus depot, then it must open one of the lockers here. Okay, then let's go, old poster. Buy US, saving bonds and stamps. Is someone sleeping here? Some drunks have fallen asleep right next to the locker. I need to get it. Hey mister, wake up! Vagrant? The bomb gurgled something unintelligible. Well, that's just perfect. How do I get rid of him? He reeks of booze. Maybe a fresh bottle will get him to move. What? Giving an alcoholic some more alcohol? I should have kicked him. Hey, I need some booze, bartender. Booze, wait. A bottle of liquor, please. Cheap as you got. Oh, has the lady finally decided to have some fun? Don't ask. Well, you have a lovely evening. Whiskey bottle. Hey, pal. Got a bottle of something you might like. Look, just move over, would ya? Thank God that worked. Luggage storage. There's some kind of parcel here. I don't get it, Walt. What does all this mean? I suppose wait until I get home to open it. Oh! Hey, who the hell are you? Then said he unto me, Prophecy unto the wind, prophecy, son of man. And say to the wind, Thus saith the Lord God, Come from before wind, O breath, and breathe upon this land, that they may live. What is it? On my way home, I got to thinking, maybe I just made a mistake. The man on the other end on that wire could have been anyone. An old friend, a comrade in arms, or some other failed writer. It was amazing how, after Walter's death, I was starting to learn so much about him. Way more than what I knew of him when he was still alive. Things that were obviously private. Things he didn't want to share with his own wife. Then suddenly... Oh no! The engine overheated. Goddamn bucket of bolts. Lord, what did I do to deserve this? Well, firstly, you killed your husband. Who am I kidding? You know perfectly well, Loretta. So I walked. Good thing the house was only half a mile away. I noticed the luxurious white car right away, parked by my front porch. I'd never seen a car quite like it. Some old man with a cane was standing next to it, and something deep in my gut told me nothing good was gonna come from this meeting. Okay. Can I help you? Who called your husband, sweetheart? I'd like to speak to the property owner. I am the property owner. Ah, well, that explains it. What are you needing all this land for anyway? Well, I got a mind to sell it, but I didn't catch your name. Yes, just let's sell it and let's go away from all of this. Name's Peter Solomon Morgan Jr. You can call me Mr. Morgan. I own the land down southeast of here, which means I have the misfortune of being your neighbor. What's that supposed to mean? Come, take a look. What? See this? The whole load's rotten, and even worth feeding it to the livestock. Thank you kindly for showing me some dirt, but I fail to see how this has anything to do with me. Fail to see, do ya? Morgan's old face turned purple with anger. 50 acres of fertile land, reduced to nothing but horseshit. My sincere congratulations. So what? And that has what to do with me? I hired a specialist. Through his investigating, he concluded that drainage installed on your property is wrecking my crops. I was looking to have a conversation with the real property owner. You know, resolve the issue peaceful like. But I guess that just ain't on the cards. I don't give. Oh! Listen hard, you goddamn Okie. What the hell is Okie? Let go of me, you asshole. If Phillips or someone else is paying you to pull this shit, or this is your own hair-brained attempt at sabotage, Lord help me. I'll drag your ass through the muck myself if I have to, you hear me? Fuck off, pig. What's going on here? Howdy, Bill. You doing alright there, Mrs. Harris? Yeah, Mr. Morgan was just leaving. Mr. Morgan huffs and hauls. Yeah, I'm going, but this ain't over. I'll be seeing you in court, Mrs. Harris. Whatever, you old fart. Your hands okay? I saw your car out there on the road. Figured I'd come to see if everything's okay. What was all Bill wanting? Wish I knew, Sheriff. Wish I knew. Morgan's grip was surprisingly strong for an old man and left a bruise. Oh. The sheriff made himself scarce before long. He came asking the same question, but he had them written down in a notebook this time, and didn't reek of booze. Still, I don't think he suspects me. He seems more focused on Walter's past. He's an ordinary one. That old donkey, I'll say, oughta learn to keep his hand to himself. Got any news on Walter, Sheriff? Actually, yes. I was talking to New York and found out something rather strange. Tell me, you ever heard of an Irving Wallace? Nope, doesn't ring any bells. Well, it sounds like Walter and Irving did time together. Did time? No way. That's what I thought. But when? Why? In the early 20s, but I don't know why. There ain't much left from the pre-war archives. Walter obviously used this to his benefit, and kept his little vacation a secret. This is more than just a secret. Don't get me wrong, ma'am. Everyone makes mistakes. Far as I can tell, Walter was a dignified man. Wish I could say the same about Wallace's character though. Who is he? He made a killing during the Prohibition, but his fortune wasn't big enough to attract unnecessary attention. Then he got his business legalized and went into publishing. Even bought a stake in a local newspaper. Oh, so Walter worked for him? Either way, he's bad news, but no charges has been brought against him yet. Strange thing is, well, my guess is Walter and Irving had stayed in touch to this day. I don't mean to scare you, ma'am, but Wallace might be connected to your husband's disappearance. What's in the box, by the way? More junk from New York. Mail just arrived. Thought it might be from Walter. Anyway, ma'am, I'll keep you informed. Let me know if anything happens in the meantime. Like what, Sheriff? People like Wallace are extremely dangerous, so I'd like to ask you to stay vigilant until we figure this all out. Do take care now. What have you been up to, Walt? I must admit, Morgan's visit came as something as a surprise. I have no idea what that old man wanted with me. Walter was the one who handled the land, not me. Any knowledge I might have was extremely vague. I could probably figure it out if I really put my mind into it. But on the other hand, who the hell cares? I'll be long gone until the minute I get that check. I'll never have to see this house, this land, or Morgan ever again. I wasn't sure what to do next. What? As about property boundaries, leave it to chance? So, Mr. and Mrs. Harris, how can I help you? I'm just looking to learn about the extent of my property, and where the border between my land and Mr. Morgan's lies. Alrighty, if you'll kindly take a look right here. This is your property. That's the little that's the property that, as I understand it, belonged to the bank. It's all ours. If the paperwork's anything to go by, then yes. Now, here is where your property ends, and Mr. Morgan's begins, as well as here, 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 and here. I'll need another set of plans to. I get the idea. So Mr. Morgan's rolling in money. You could say that. Don't tell me you are at odds or about something. Well, oh, Mrs. Harris, you better off giving him what he wants. You know, bargain a little, for decency's sake. But come to an agreement nonetheless. Believe me, it's pointless going to court with people like him. I appreciate the advice. My pleasure. Oh, can I ask you one last thing? Is it possible there may be some drainage under my property that leads to Morgan's? Which in some way unknown to me might be affecting his corpse. That's hard to tell, Mrs. Harris. It will depend on the history of the site, what was standing there before, groundwater's line, previous owner and such. I can try and look it up for you if you like. The record must be in the archive somewhere. So long as it ain't any trouble. Not at all, ma'am. It's my job. Just leave me a telephone number, and I'll get in touch as soon as I find anything. I didn't think it really mattered at first, but at night for some reason, I started to feel like something around me had changed. It was small, almost invisible. I began to wander through the run-down old house, finding my way into corners I didn't even know existed. And then, Kelly arrived. I forgot to mention, Walter had a daughter from his previous marriage, okay? Kelly. As she promised in her letter, Kelly came out with her boyfriend, Mickey. Now, I'd only met Kelly a couple of times. First time was when she was still a little girl. She was living with her mama somewhere in New Jersey, but then her mama succumbed to skeletal tuberculosis and passed away. Got no idea where Kelly found that joker Mickey. It was easy to tell from just a glance that he wasn't the sharpest tool in the shed. Now Kelly was a fine enough girl, pretty as a peach. She had thick brown hair, big old doe eyes, a healthy tan, big hips, and a nice behind. Imagine the vulgarity of Mae West in a play by Carl Heinrich Ulrich. Mickey's actually short for Michelangelo. He's some Italian kid from Jersey. At just 23 or maybe 24 years old, he was big enough to fill a doorway. Oh, I mean, he was huge. Black hair all shiny with either grease or brilliantine. Muscle bulging under his copper skin. I had no idea what he did for a living. I think maybe he served in the Navy before getting kicked out. Either way, didn't seem like things were going well for either of them. Like any young girl whose daddy walks out on the family, I think it's safe to assume Kelly despised her father. So why would a girl abandoned by her daddy drag her boyfriend across the country to see him? Folks on the outside looking in just wouldn't understand, but I did. Oh, I knew right from the start. Where's Daddy? Since they were too tired from the road, I was able to stall them with a dumb lie. At that point, all they wanted was to bathe and get some sleep. So I used the time to get my story straight. Your father abandoned me too, hon. Gathered his belongings and took off like the wind. The plan was to appeal to the sympathy of a fellow woman by drawing comparison to Kelly's mother and squeezing any drop of sentimentality out of her that I could. But I knew it was never gonna work. To Kelly, I'll always be the bitch who ruined her parents' marriage. Heck, she probably blames me for her mother's passing, and I can't really fault her for that. I put him in the guest bedroom. in the room that Douglas Harris had once used separately from his wife. His grandfather now slept with Mickey. Not that they were actually sleeping. Out in the hallway, in the stillness of the night, I could hear Kelly breathing, along with her not-so-muffled sigh. The creaking of old floorboards and the iron bed spring, that long-forgotten the warmth of human bodies, bouncing to the beat of Mickey's bestial momentum. Truth be told, I felt myself blushing something awful, until finally it all quietened down, and I tried to get to sleep. Baby cradle. In the cornfield. Walt? Oh good lord. Walter. Hi honey. You don't look so good. So what's new? Sorry, dumb question. Do you think I'm a monster? I'm sorry about what happened. Listen, I need the combination for the safe, Walter. Say something. Come on, normally I can't get you to shut up. I mean, I couldn't. I wanted to tell you so much, about what was tormenting me, burning me up on the inside. And now that you're finally quiet enough to listen, I don't know what to say. Kelly's here. Her boyfriend's pretty lousy in my opinion. Just some loser. And a dumb one at that. But that's just my first impression. We know how deceiving those can be. You forgot. Look. There. In the basement. What do you mean? Well? Basement? Nausea, Jan Paul's are there. Oh, is it horror? There's a rat. What? A puddle. Looks like the roof's leaking. So creepy. A sink? Let's go to the sink. A fuse. What's it lying in the sink for? I hope it didn't get wet. The sink. There's a fuse in the sink? What is going on? It's raining pitchforks, and I'm wearing a nightie. It ain't right. What? Fuse box? What is going on? What is this place? Hello? I'll be damned. Yes, you are. What is this? Hello? Good evening, madam. Evening? Are you alone? We all are. What's going on in there? Private sorries? Invitation only. May I see yours? That's quite alright, miss. I think someone is expecting you. Expecting me? Who could that be? Why don't you come in and find out? Sounds tempting, but I don't think my dress suits the occasion. come now, you look gorgeous, if I may be so bold. A cigarette, miss? It's Mrs. actually. And I quit a few years back. Who am I kidding? That don't matter now. Just so you know, I'm aware that I'm dreaming. Whatever you say. Got a light? Loretta draws deeply on the cigarette. Forgot how much I enjoyed that. One shouldn't deny themselves pleasure. Don't disagree with you there. It's pretty nice here. I'm getting a strange feeling, like I've been here before. Of course, madam. We only serve those with membership here. If you don't mind me asking, what will you do about the girl and the degenerate? Beg your pardon? What has started should be finished, Loretta. If you were me, what would you do? I'm afraid I'm not you, madam. Each man is the architect of his own fate, but I am deeply convinced that you know what needs to be done. Of course I do. Is anyone gonna pick up the phone? I believe it is for you. Hello? What is it? Oh, this can't be happening. What is happening? The wine bottle fell off the table. Its contents spread and seeped into the crack of the floorboard like blood. I recognize this tune. I've heard it somewhere before. The light switch. It doesn't work. Oh no, John! Honey, it's alright. Calm down. Here you go. What is it? What is it? Is it a rat? Baby, no! Oh my god, no! Our memory is selective. We only remember what we want to. Oh, is this Kelly and Mickey? The next morning, I remember grinding meat, and Walter would never lift a finger or do anything to help me around the house. Mr. Lazy himself, by some divine coincidence, had sharpened the kitchen knives. Kelly yawned. Good morning, love. Morning, Kelly. Why the long face? Oh, Mickey and me had a fight is all. What smells so good? I'm making some mincemeat. Gonna fix us up some dumplings. Oh, they'll hit the spot. Daddy always raves about your cooking. Can I help you with anything? No, I'm almost done. Fair enough, I just make a mess of it anyway. Got any coffee? God, I'd die for just for a good cup of joe. Chico, what? I think I'll pass. Thanks anyway. Suit yourself. Where's Mick? Oh, he's out in the backyard, trying to fix our car. Ah, so he is. Must be sweating our storm, the poor thing. But don't worry about him. He knows his way around a car. A regular grease monkey. Oh, yeah, here's picks up your girl last night, didn't he? Let's be snappy, maybe? Oh, mama, quit being so jealous. Not my fault the old man hasn't taken a look under your hood in a while. Ooh, where is he, by the way? I don't know, bro. What do you mean you don't know? Does he do this often? Disappear, I mean? The grinder crunched through a meat fine. Did you know your father's been seeing another woman? No, I didn't. Though I can't say I'm surprised neither. Don't forget, he left his first family too. And he had a child. He had me. The meat squeaks and squelched in the grinder. Well, anyway. Listen, Lo, I've been meaning to ask. You used to work as a hairdresser, right? Don't suppose you could cut mine? You must be kidding. Oh, come on, please. It'll only take 15 minutes. I just need the end trimmed. Please. Alright. Grab a chair. I'll get the scissors. Thank you. Mickey's jaw's gonna drop right to the ground, I'm telling you. This is gonna be fun. Let's just talk something about Mickey, right? I think so, yeah. I mean, he's great, and in bed, have you seen him? He's a living Adonis in the flesh. I've never had it so good with anyone else. Just thinking about his biceps turns me on. Oh. We can skip the details, but they're still young. But you should know his big muscles aren't. Oh, I know all that. And well, we're trying our best. Mickey's trying too. I think he really loves me, and that's the most important thing. Just be careful, Kelly. That boy will knock you up in a blink of an eye. Then he'll either drink himself into an early grave or leave you for the next pretty little thing that walks by. Mark my words. A bike racer? Can you even earn money from doing that? Mickey's not like that. They're all like that. You know, Laura, I understand your life hasn't exactly been a piece of cake, but that's no reason to tar anyone with the same brush. Times have changed, but the people haven't. How strange. And what do you want? Me? I just want everything to go right for a change. These past few years have been tough, you know. Looking after my mother was hard, and now I'm gonna have a baby. What? Then I felt sick from the thought that had been spinning in my head all this time. And all the things I'd done or came close to doing. Kel's gonna have a baby, ignoring the fact that she and Mickey are basically children themselves. They have their whole lives ahead of them. But for me, my die was cast the moment I stopped at that damn gas station. I already been considering that if I were able to sell the novel to Schaefer and leave town, then maybe Kelly and Mickey could move in here. Maybe they'd be able to find happiness here that Walter and I never could. You're right, we're almost done. Not even 15 minutes have gone by. How nice, I love it. Well, hands always remember what they've done. Were you expecting anybody? I wasn't. Maybe it's Daddy. Wait a minute. Who is it? Milk? Good afternoon. What? What MILKMAN is this? Afternoon? What's going on? Milk delivery, ma'am. This must be some mistake. No, that's impossible. But we don't get milk delivered here. You disappoint us, Loretta. What? You had such a promising start. only to let yourself fall to petty cowardice right at the finish line. I don't understand. Oh, but you do understand. You've done so much work, told so many lies, all for what? I ain't a murderer. I think Walter might have a thing or two to say about that. Alright, Lo, time is running out, so listen carefully. Margaret will be here soon. Get rid of her. Pull yourself together, Loretta. This is your last chance, got it? Make sure Margaret forgets how to get here. What? For good. Otherwise, the consequences will be irreversible. But I don't know the combination. Yes, you do think! When it all starts for Walter and end for you. Remember what happened in New York? Well, ma'am, looks like I got the wrong address. Sorry about that. I hope you have a great day. Hey Laura, who was it? Loretta, are you okay? Mrs. Harris? Yeah, I'm fine. Just a little dizzy. Laura,